So here we have I think it's a Nissan Altima or Maxima. So we have some pretty intact clear coat. I mean, that stuff is really still on there. And it's starting to oxidize at the very top. So this one's gonna be pretty tedious to get off. For this one over here, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove, all the oxidation. It's pretty much all oxidized. So this clear coat over here should be pretty easy to remove. Just based on this right here, it tells me that it's pretty oxidized down here too. So it might be pretty weak. Now, in some cases, I have had situations where I'll go to sand it and the clear coat comes off perfect. It comes off really easy. So sometimes I can get fooled, even me. So only, the best way to kind of find out is just to start sanding it. So I'll start with the 400 to be safe. Hopefully it is pretty easy to get off. If not, I'll hit it with a 320. So let's do it. What is up, guys? Brad here with StartRestoringHeadlights.com, and welcome back to another restoration video. Thank you so much for tuning in. So I want to hop on the mic and kind of go into detail a little bit more about this restoration job. As I just said, sometimes I'm fooled by the clear coat, thinking that's going to be completely intact when it's actually not. And ironic enough, this actually was one of those jobs. I started sanding with the 400 grit sandpaper on this headlight, and it came off really easy, making it pretty quick. So when I hopped on the other one, I was kind of dreading it. I was assuming I'm going to be sanding for quite a bit of time, or at least longer, maybe about 15 minutes with the 320, but I was completely fooled. It came off just as easy as this one. And the reason why I mention this is because had I start with the 320, it would have been complete overkill. I would have had to sand with the 600 a lot longer to get those scratches out that I made with the 320. So this is one reason why it's a good idea or good practice to start with the 400 just to be safe. And if you're not getting fast enough results with the 400, just drop down to the 320 for a little bit until you can crack into that clear coat or that really bad micro cracking. Now, again, whenever you're doing your inspections and you see there's a lot of oxidation, a lot of micro cracks, it's safe to assume you're going to be starting with a 320. But again, situations like these where it appears to be perfectly intact, you want to kind of proceed with caution on, because the last thing you want to do is start with the 320, penetrate really deep into the lens, and then be sanding with the 600 for that much longer. So just want to hop on here and kind of explain that to you guys a little bit more, because it is something that does happen when you're out in the field, and it's something to definitely take in consideration because you can be sanding a little bit longer than what you normally would. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.